guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then hi, my name is Chloe and I'm a teen mum to my little boy Jordan. So in today's video I'm actually going to be talking about 15 newborn essentials that to me, I don't think it'd have been as easy coping with a newborn if I hadn't have had these, and I think they're just really amazing to help with a newborn. So I'm going to talk through them and say them all. Without further ado, let's get into the video. My darling, I love you, 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 I love you. So the first thing that I absolutely loved when I first had him was any form of baby carrier or sling. I found it so easy for when like you wanted to just pop out for a walk. Obviously not when I had like first given birth, because it was hard to lift things, I was exhausted, I didn't have a lot of energy. But when he became a couple of months older, it was so easy to just pop him in it and go out to the shop quick, or walk around with him when he was clingy during the day so that I could get jobs done and I had my hands free. And I just found it such an easy alternative to holding him. Or like when I was sitting in bed and I really needed to do something on my laptop, or I had to get some work done, I could just put him on the sling when he was tired on me, sitting in bed or sitting on the chair, sitting wherever, sitting on the table, and he'd fall asleep on me, so he had the comfort of being there, but I had my hands free to do other stuff. So my first essential that I couldn't have lived without was my baby sling. I'll put a picture of mine somewhere on screen and I'll link it down below because it's a really good carrier. It's one of the cloth ones, which I really liked because I wanted it to be comfortable to wear, and I just found that the ones that were slightly like not sturdier, but you can get ones that are more shaped, found that those were really uncomfortable, so I got like a cloth like wrap one. So yeah, that's the first one. The second one is sleeping bags. So like newborn sleeping bags, baby sleeping bags, toddler sleeping bags, whatever sleeping bags you need to get for your baby, get them, stock up on them. I didn't know this was a thing before I got pregnant. I had no idea about them. I just assumed that you always put blankets on a baby because that's just what I knew, that's what I thought you did. So I obviously bought blankets, which you still need for like the prams and stuff like that, but I didn't know about these until someone tagged me in them on Instagram, and one of my partner's friends actually bought the baby one, our gender reveal. But instead of putting a blanket on a baby at night, when obviously like when they're wriggling around they can cover their head with it, it's a risk of SIDS and cot death and stuff like that, you literally just slip them in, zip it up, and it goes over their shoulders, and it means that they can't fall inside it, but it keeps them warm. And this completely stopped, because when he was a newborn in his Moses basket, I'd put a blanket on him, and I used to be so paranoid, like ask anybody, that he'd not roll underneath it, but like cover himself up with it. Like I was waking up every 10-20 minutes checking on him because I was so paranoid. Yeah, sleeping bags are an absolute godsend for me. And plus they're so cute. You can get like Disney ones, Dumbo ones, dinosaur ones. Yeah, they're just so cute. So another thing that I found really useful for my baby when he was born was a foot cozy for the pram. So obviously I had an October baby, so it was really cold for like his first couple of months of life at least. Like it was freezing when we left the hospital. So I found that a foot cozy for the pram was really good, because it meant that we could slip it in the pram and he'd be completely wrapped up in it, because when you put a blanket on a baby, they're warm and they're cuddled up in it, but it's just laid over the top of them, whereas this foot cozy almost acts as like an adult sleeping bag, if that makes sense. It just keeps them warm, it keeps them cuddled up, and it also makes them feel like someone's cuddling them, which also helps them go to sleep easier. So yeah, not sleeping bag, a foot cozy for a pram I found really handy. So my next essential was really essential to me, but it kind of depends on your baby. So mine was basically cotton pads that you can wipe your baby's bum with after they've gone to the toilet when you're changing their nappy. A lot of people obviously choose to use wipes, or only use cotton pads for the first couple of weeks when they're more sensitive. I found that when my baby was born, his bum was really sensitive, and he got really bad nappy rash to the point where it was like bleeding. So number one was cotton pads, not so good for making sure he got no nappy rash at all. But number two is so much cheaper. Like wipes for babies can range from anywhere from like £2 to like £5, near on enough. And these cotton wool pads that I get him, like baby ones, are like 60p from Asda. So it saved me so much money on wipes. It's such a good alternative for keeping babies to not have nappy rash. Like he has not had any form of nappy rash since I switched over to using cotton pads, and it's also so much better for the environment. That was my next like essential like hack thing. So good, would 100% recommend it. He's nearly 7 months old now and I still use cotton pads on him, not wipes. So the next one is a bath seat. So my mum actually bought him a bath seat when he was probably about 2 months old, 1 month, 2 month old. I found it so useful because it means you can bath them easy. You haven't got to worry about them slipping out of your arms. You haven't got to get in the bath with them all the time. Although bathing with a newborn baby and a couple of month old baby is the best bonding experience in the world. But yeah, I found it so much easier, so much less stress free. When my partner was at work and I had to bath him, like I didn't have to worry about having to do it on my own. I just have like, I think it's called the Angel Care one, just the flat blue one, but I'll insert a picture somewhere and I'll link it down below. It was actually really affordable as well. But bath seat 100%, so much better than a baby bath because you can just put it in your own bath. It's stress free, it's easier to store. Bath seat. The next one is teething mittens. So Nuby does some amazing ones. I think that's how you say it. It's N-U-B-Y. It's basically when they like start to teeth. He's teethed really early. He started when he was like a month old, but they chew their hands, and he already had like, hi baby. He already had marks on his hands when he came, like was born, because he'd been chewing his hands in the womb. These teething mittens literally just go on their hand and they have teething bits like all the way up here. So instead of putting their hand in their mouth, when they go up to chew their hand, they're actually chewing the teething mittens, and they have like little like ridges and bumps and marks to like rub over their gums. So that was literally like one of the most amazing things like I've ever invested in. Well, I say invested, I think they were like £2 if that. So yeah, they're really cheap, they look cute and they're good for the baby. So the next one was a like baby chair or a baby gym. So I had both. I had like a baby chair that turns into a toddler chair and a baby gym. These are absolutely amazing. So they're good for stimulation from since they're young. Baby gyms and toddler chair, like baby to toddler chairs, are really good because you can have them there as a baby, but they also grow with them. So then you're not spending your money on something they're only going to use for like the first couple of months. Like they can literally use it up until they're like 1 or 2. So I think both of mine are from Fisher Price, the jungle ones, but again I'll put them in. And then I had like a teddy bear one for when he was slightly smaller from Mothercare. But I just thought it was the most handy thing. So like when he was younger, I could put him in his chair, it rocked, it vibrated. He absolutely loved it. He loved the bear, so he could see like the gym toys going over above. And it's so nice when you need to put them down for 2 seconds, but you need to put them down somewhere that you know is safe, that they can't roll off of, they can't hurt themselves on, and you can just quickly run and go to the toilet, quickly run and do like a couple of plates of washing up if you need to, shove a load of washing on. But yeah, I found that it was such a nice thing to be able to put him in, to know that he was stimulated and happy and playing, but I also didn't have to worry that he wasn't safe or he was going to hurt himself. So I would 100% recommend just going out and spending the money and buying like a baby gym or a chair, whether it's second hand or brand new, doesn't matter. You can get some really cheap ones on like Facebook Market, eBay and stuff like that. But 100% spend the money. They're amazing. Would not have got through him being a newborn without them. Next one is a changing table. So obviously these, depending on what one you get, can be quite pricey, which is why a lot of people don't buy them. But I have a really bad back. And I found, especially after giving birth, when I didn't want to be bending down all the time, especially if you've had a C-section, I personally didn't, but I know people that have, it can be really painful bending down. So I found that a changing table where I could just lay him down at my height was absolutely amazing. It was like one of the best things that I ever got for him. He still uses it now. I think, don't hold me to it, that you can put babies on a changing table until they're like 1 or 1.5. So yeah, I got my, I want to say Wayfair, which is just like an online company, but they do some really nice stuff, so I will link it again down below. Next one is a white noise/noise machine. So I never actually ended up buying a noise machine, although his baby monitor does play music. But I never actually bought a white noise machine, but I did look up the noise on YouTube and use it. The reason I didn't actually end up buying one is because by the time I started using it on YouTube, he like ended up sleeping on his own anyway, because I found out about it when he was like 3 months old. And then I moved him into his own room when he was 6 months old. Actually probably just before it, like 5.5 months old. So I didn't actually buy one because I didn't see the point in buying it for like a month and a half. But when he was in our room, the white noise was absolutely insane. It got him to sleep straight away. It helped calm him down. It settled him. So if you're having a newborn, I would 100% recommend investing in a white noise machine. And if I ever have another baby, it's crossed I do, I will 100% buy one for them, because it was amazing with him. So the next one is Milton wipes. So I know this might seem like quite a basic thing to talk about, because obviously it's sanitary, it's a cleaning product for babies, but these Milton wipes, they come in a pack of, I think it's like 60, and they're basically dummy teat and bottle teat wipes. So if he drops his dummy when he's out, or if I had bottle fed or had breast milk in a bottle and he had dropped it, you literally just wipe the top over and he can have it straight away, which is obviously amazing for like when they're slightly older or when they're newborn, if you drop it out of the bag or if it drops out the pram. It's so good. It's such a stress-free way, because obviously when you've got a newborn, you've got so much stuff in your changing bag already that you don't want to like take around those dummy sterilizers. They're quite bulky for like what they are, and trust me, when you have a newborn, you want to take out and pack as light as you can every time, because it's so stressful. The next thing is a pregnancy pillow or a maternity pillow. So this can be doubled when they're born as something to lay them in or sit them up in, or help with breastfeeding. There's just so many different ways that you can use a pregnancy pillow after you've given birth. So if you don't necessarily need one when you're pregnant, I would 100% get one anyway, because it's so helpful after you've given birth. You can literally use it for anything. Like, you can sit them up in it, you can lay them down in it, you can prop them up in it, you can help it to feed them if you're breastfeeding, or even if you're bottle feeding and want your other hand for something. And it also helps you still sleep once you've had the baby and you've got like the loose skin and the tummy bloating and all of that stuff. We've got 2 more. The first one is muslin cloths. So a lot of people think, oh, bibs will be okay. So did I. But I bought a couple of muslins because they were cute. Only reason I bought them, I thought they're cute, I'll probably get a couple of uses out of them. Oh my god, no. If you're one of the people that are like me and you're thinking, I won't need muslin cloths as much as people say, yeah baby, yes you will. Oh my god, I use them for everything. Spill up on your clothes, muslin cloth. Dribble, muslin cloth. Teething, muslin cloth. Oh my god, I forgot a toy. Don't worry, he'll play with the corner of the muslin cloth. Literally, most amazing thing, especially because I had a really refluxy baby, so obviously I needed to wipe him all the time, and bibs get really wet. You can also use a muslin cloth as a burping bib, just slot it under their chin when you're burping them. And they're dirt cheap. They're so much cheaper than bibs as well. They're like, Primark does them for like £1 for like 10. So yeah, if you're pregnant and you haven't got any yet and you need to give birth, go buy yourself some muslin cloths. So the last thing on my list is a changing bag, but, and this might sound like a really, what's that word? Obvious thing, but a changing bag with sections. So I have 2 changing bags. The first one I bought, which was his hospital bag that I put all of our stuff in, and, yeah baby, and his changing bag for once he was born. Didn't have sections in. It was just an open bit in the middle, and then it had a pocket in the front that I put my stuff in. No, that one broke, so I used the one that came in my pram, which has sections all in the inside. makes life so much easier. You have places to put your bottles, you have places to put stuff for you. Like when you first had your baby, you need stuff like pads, cooling gel, snacks, stuff like that. You need places to put your stuff as much as you need places to put his stuff. And I found that just having places in sections in the bag made life so much easier to know where everything was. However, if you do find a changing bag that you really like and it doesn't have sections in it, you can buy a bag sectioner from Amazon. I'd recommend getting one of those if your changing bag doesn't have sections, because it honestly makes life so much easier. That is my 15 newborn to baby essentials that I found helped me so much when I first had him as a new time mum. There were also a lot of things that I found helped me when I had just given birth, like 15 essential postpartum items. So if you want me to do a video on those, then just let me know and I will do one. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
My darling, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.